Can you eat cheese and other dairy on the carnivore diet? Well, that's a maybe. It depends on your body and how long you've been on the carnivore diet. Dairy is, I would call it carnivore adjacent. It's not true carnivore, but it's close enough that a lot of carnivores, like myself, eat cheese on our diets. Timing of cheese is an issue, and the tolerance you have for dairy is an issue. If you get stalled on the carnivore diet and you're not losing weight, a lot of times that's because you probably added dairy into your diet, and that could stall you. And if you're trying to lose weight, that's a bad thing. If you're at the point where you're happy with your weight and you're just trying to maintain your weight and you're adding dairy, you're not losing weight, but you're not gaining weight, then by all means, eat the dairy. Enjoy it, have fun. So what I want to do in this video is kind of separate out what really actually works and how you should think about dairy when you're on the carnivore diet. So the first 30 days, I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me say the first 30 days, but I just want you to understand the first 30 days are so important. And if you can stick to beef, bacon, eggs, and butter, and that's it for the first 30 days, you will transition over to becoming a fat burner. You will settle out your hunger. There's just so many benefits to being strict those first 30 days. I just can't overstate it enough. You just need to be strict those first 30 days. First 30 days, no dairy except butter. That's it. Don't eat cheese, no milk, no nothing. First 30 days, butter only. And this is why it's so important. The first 30 days is all about resetting your appetite, reducing your cravings, and learning feedback, learning how to interpret your body's feedback, learning how to recognize when your body is really hungry and it's not just your eyes seeing a colorful box and thinking that you're hungry. If you add dairy too early, you're going to mess up those signals and you're going to have problems with reducing cravings, resetting your appetite to real food, getting feedback and understanding your body's signals. You're going to confuse that if you add it too early. So except for butter, avoid dairy the first 30 days. Butter's the exception because it has very low lactose, and lactose is what most people are intolerant. Well, not most people. 40-50% of people in America are intolerant to lactose. You just avoid it. Butter has very, very low lactose. Butter's almost all fat, and it's almost never triggers cravings. And just think about it. How many times would you go eat a salty potato chip and get cravings for more potato chips? Or go eat a sweet, chocolatey, peanut buttery Reese's Cups? And you know how I love my Reese's Cups. You eat a Reese's Cup and have cravings for more Reese's Cups or more sweets. Butter almost never triggers cravings for other foods. Cheese and cream behave differently. In lots of people, cheese and cream will stimulate your appetite and make you think you're hungrier and want to eat more. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to avoid cheese and cream, especially those first 30 days. So just remember, first 30 days, butter only. After that, we can experiment. Butter supports carnivore 1,000%. Other dairies could complicate carnivore, especially if you start consuming them too early. So the question to ask yourself is, when does dairy come back in? And kind of like I hinted around at, it's after your first 30 days. After your first 30 days, if you are like me and absolutely love cheese in any shape, form, or fashion, after 30 days, try adding cheese back to your diet. Pick a meal, eat some cheese, and then wait and see how your body reacts to it. Okay? This is great because after 30 days, your hunger, your energy has stabilized. You're thinking about it like a line running down the chart. At this point in time, your hunger, your energy, all that should be a straight line across the chart. There should be no up and down swings, nothing wild happening. So when you add back in cheese, see what happens. If you get these wild swings, you get an energy rush and an energy crash, you get bloating, you get diarrhea, something doesn't feel right, something that's not right. You may be intolerant to other dairies and lactose, which means I'm sorry, you probably need to avoid the dairy and the cheese. Remember, it's not required for success. You can live the rest of your life and never have any sort of dairy and you'll be fine. However, if you don't have any of those problems and you eat the cheese and there's no other effects and everything else is great, continue eating cheese. It's fine. The key thing is if carnivore is working for you and you're losing the weight, then you don't want to rush and add in dairy. You want to take your time, get some time under your belt before you try adding dairy back in, because it really does also, it's not just adding the dairy back in, it's also how you add it back in. It applies for any food you're adding back in. It's how you're adding it back in to see what it likes. I mean, think about it this way. When you reintroduce a food, you want to do it one item at a time. So for dairy, you want one dairy item at a time. You want to add in cheese. Don't sit down to a meal and eat yogurt, drink a glass of milk, eat some cheese at the same time, because then you've got 3 different dairy sources. You don't know which one causes a problem if you have a problem. So pick one dairy source. If you like cheese, pick cheese. Introduce a small amount. Eat half an ounce. Eat an ounce of cheese at one meal and see what happens. And just wait. What you want to watch out for is, like I said, bloating, diarrhea, cravings, getting hungry too fast after you eat, energy drops, anything like that happens is maybe a sign that you shouldn't have cheese in your diet. If that happens, give yourself a break, come back to it a couple days later, try it again. If the same thing happens again, you probably don't need to be having dairy. Common dairy mistakes you can make: overeating cheese. Yes, I can add cheese back in, but you can very quickly overeat cheese. Also, using a dairy product like cheese or milk to replace a meal. Don't do that. Use a little piece of cheese as a supplement to the meal to taste it and enjoy it. Don't use it as a meal. And by all means, do not treat dairy as safe snacks. Don't stop by the store and buy 3 string cheese sticks and call that a good snack. It's not what you want to do. Maybe 4 boiled eggs in a cheese stick is okay, but do not eat dairy by itself. It's very easy to overconsume dairy, so you want to be very careful, all right? The bottom line is, if you eat dairy, it doesn't increase the food noise, you don't have more cravings, then you are fine to keep eating dairy. If it's increasing the food noise, you get cravings, then, or you stall out in your weight loss, then it's probably that you shouldn't have any more dairy. Which brings up, should you even try eating dairy at all? And the answer is maybe. There's some people that will tolerate dairy very well. I do. I can eat cheese. I have no problems, no issues. It doesn't do anything bad to me. So I stick and eat dairy a lot. Other people have problems with cheese and dairy. They shouldn't eat dairy at all, unfortunately. So don't try to identify yourself by saying you eat dairy or you don't eat dairy. Don't worry about that. Don't try to force foods in that don't serve your body well. If your body's reacting badly to dairy, don't eat dairy. It's just kind of common sense. If you eat something that makes you run to the bathroom and have diarrhea every time you eat it, or every time you eat it you get bloated, stop eating it. Give your body what it wants, give your body what it can handle, give your body what it can tolerate, and you will end up being happier and in the long run. Carnivore, like any diet or anything you eat, carnivore works best when you listen to your body instead of trying to argue with your body. No dairy the first 30 days, all right? Butter's the exception. Eat butter, it's useful. Eat butter with every single meal. After day 30, if you want to bring dairy back in, bring it back in slowly, one item at a time. Eat it, wait and see how your body reacts to it. If symptoms appear, take it out. Don't worry about it, you can't have it. If no symptoms appear, you're probably safe to continue eating it. However, if you start eating cheese and a week later symptoms come back, and cut the cheese out. You've been eating too much cheese. Don't think you need cheese because you're missing the nutrients. Don't think you can't say, oh, it's got milk in it, it's got the calcium, I need the calcium, I gotta eat dairy. No, you don't. You're not missing nutrients. Remember, you're trying to protect your lifestyle, you're trying to protect your momentum, you're trying to do better. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching the movie. Thank you for watching the movie. Thank you for watching the video. If you got any questions, drop them down below and I'll do my best to answer all of them for you. Talk to you later. Stay strong.